Coming up, we take a look at a place on campus where sophomores can go to learn more about what they need to graduate at the end of the semester.
Now, from the EMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is ONTV Update.
Good morning and welcome to ONTV Update. Today is Friday, March 6th, and I'm Diego Figueroa.
And I'm MICHAYLA. Sophomore students are planning to graduate at the end of the semester, but what exactly is required of them?
ONTV Update's Chris Chison takes us to Student Central where graduation plans for students are coming together.
Students are usually excited to graduate OCC, but most students don't know exactly what to do in order to graduate. Sophomore student Michael Liquid wants to make sure he graduates, but he isn't sure what exactly is required.
Well, I've been tracking my credits very rigorously the last year or so, going to my advisor every other month to make sure I'm on track, keeping up with my classes, going to about 4 or 5 classes a semester.
Any of the employees at Student Central can point you to Advisor of Registration and Records Jonas Curlin in order to find out what a student can do in order to make sure that they graduate.
The classes that they're in currently fulfill all of the requirements that they need for graduation, and I go through that list and run an evaluation on all of the students, make sure that they're meeting all of their requirements, and if they are, then I create a graduation file for them in our system.
Students keep a track record of their credits in WebAdvisor, and they can make sure to check it frequently so they can graduate at the end of the fall or spring semester.
You can find out more about what credentials you need to graduate. All you need to do is go to OCC's website, look up GRAD Central, and you'll be ready to know what plans you need to make in order to graduate your respective semester.
Reporting from Gordon Student Central, I'm Chris Chison for ONTV Update.
If you have questions or concerns on what is required for you to graduate, contact GRAD Central at 315-498-2586.
We're less than 2 months away from the Democratic primary here in New York. Here's a look at who's leading in a poll of registered voters. According to the latest from SEANNA College, Senator Bernie Sanders is in the lead with 25%, with the now ineligible Michael Bloomberg close behind at 21%. Former Vice President Joe Biden is in a distant third at 13%, 2 points ahead of Senator Elizabeth Warren, who recently dropped out as well. If you aren't registered to vote yet, you still have until April 3rd. Onondaga County residents can visit ongov.net for more information.
Sports are a big part of Syracuse, and so are the outfits you wear to the games. This new store in South Salina Street takes you down memory lane, having merchandise from 1980s to now.
I became the alumni club president out in Los Angeles, and I would come back to campus for meetings. I'd come back a couple times for a game, and I always wanted to wear something cool and unique that you couldn't find anywhere else, and I couldn't really find it.
Bert Offsesser, owner of Scholars and Champs, started collecting vintage clothing and objects around 7 to 8 years ago, and he would have his mom sew certain pieces together to restore it.
Next thing you know, I had a whole storage facility full of fun collectible items to wear to a game or to a cool event in Syracuse.
Here at Scholars and Champs, you can buy vintage jerseys to vintage hats. Scholars and Champs is a new store located on South Salina Street in downtown Syracuse. Since opening in April of 2019, it has become a huge hit among Central New York natives and current and former alumni. Justin Johnson, sales associate and Instagram creator at Scholars and Champs, says there is no other store like this in the Syracuse area.
I personally do vintage myself and never came across a store like this, so I think it's pretty unique to the city and what it brings, and just the abundance of stuff that we have that's one of one.
Bert likes to use the analogy, if you were to go to a Nordstrom or Macy's or your average boutique, only 20% of that merchandise can only be found at that store, whereas to his store, 95% of that merchandise he sells is special to the city. Bert loves the growth that his store has had in his first year. He says he can't wait for what the future holds.
Fans of punk rock music will be able to enjoy a multi-band concert at the Valley Blues House on South Salina Street in Syracuse tomorrow, March 7th. There will be 5 local bands, including Talk Wrong and No Compliance. The show starts at 9 p.m. with doors opening at 8. Tickets are $5 at the door, $1 off if you bring your skateboard or someone new to the scene. Coming up, we'll learn how to dress for protection against the cold.
All this and more after the break. You're watching ONTV Update.
It's a great way to get started specifically for architecture and interior design. Even if you're thinking of transferring to one of the top programs in the country, getting familiar with how to design, the vocabulary, the terminology, and then you can take that knowledge onto an upper level program. And if you're looking to get a job after 2 years, I think the program prepares you as well as any program can for what you're going to experience in the real world.
Being community college, we want to represent the community that we're in, and most of our rosters are filled with students from the local community. And I think there's a lot of great institutional pride in the success our teams have seen. I'm always very careful to call our students student athletes because I really believe that that's the purpose, that they're here first and foremost to be students. And so just in our building, in the SRC Arena in Allen Hall, we do have some facilities specifically to support their academic needs.
What brought me to OCC is an opportunity to pursue a higher education and inspire other people. One of the things that I like that OCC provides not only me but the students at OCC to be successful, I would say the Learning Center. The Learning Center is a center where you could get tutoring from, and they have great tutors there. I recommend someone to come to OCC is because of all the different resources that they have.
The EMC program allowed me to learn everything that I use every day in my current career. Interviewing people for the first time, I learned here the way you act and carry yourself out in the field is very important because you're representing a company, you're representing a station. Just getting that experience here was huge because when I first started there, I saw these assignments I was getting and I realized I've done this before. It was just like a continuation from right here.
Our primary focus is teaching and students, and what we do is driven by students. Structurally, I like the environment. I like how we've set up systems for helping students. There are places that I can send you guys if you need more help, and that means a lot to me. And I like the sort of variety of what people are doing. I'm not sort of siloed into just thinking about English 24/7. I can stretch and think about different things, and I really like that.
My favorite class to teach is probably the writing scripts. I enjoy working with students on creative writing, and though I enjoy all the classes that I teach, to be honest, there's an energy that creative endeavors like writing scripts allows you to have. That energy just kind of bubbles through the whole term, and so it makes it a lot of fun.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Diego Figueroa.
And I'm MICHAYLA Cash. We've been seeing a lot of warmer weather recently in central New York.
Let's turn it over to Chris Parks to find out if there's more warm weather in store.
Well, it's not so bad. It's not so warm today, but according to weather.com, today is going to be a high of 39 with a low that was 19 degrees with some rain and some snow. On Saturday, there will be a high of 34 with a low of 25. Sunday will be warmer with a high of 53 and a low of 39. A high of 57 on Monday with a low of 43. Cooling down to 49 on Tuesday with a low of 36. And then even lower on Wednesday with a projected high of 41 and a low of 34. We will stay in the mid-40s for the rest of the week. You can expect it to rain all week long from some sprinkles to full showers. So make sure to plan for the rain. Living in central New York, we go through all of the seasons. I speak with Professor of Meteorology, Marty Martino, to discuss how to protect yourself from the cold during the winter.
Winter is one of the 4 seasons we experience in the Northeast, but what actually causes winter?
Well, when you think about the Earth revolving around the sun, the Earth has an axis for the North Pole and South Pole, and it's kind of tilted. And at certain times of the year, one of the poles is pointed away from the sun. And when the North Pole is pointed away from the sun, the Northern Hemisphere has its winter.
Being prepared is the best way to stay warm during the winter and finding ways to stay out of the cold.
I like to carry a sweater in my bag with me
in case I do get cold. And I'll walk through academic too, so that way I don't have to go outside.
To stay warm in winter, it's recommended to wear multiple layers of clothing. Layering clothes helps to insulate and to protect against wind chill.
If you have been in central New York for a while, you may have noticed that winters have varied throughout the recent years.
Previous winters here, we've had a couple of them that were really, really cold. We've had a couple of them that are kind of really close to normal, but this winter has been abnormally warm.
Even though winter may vary in degrees, you should know how to keep yourself warm when it's cold.
If it's really cold and really windy, you have to worry about that wind chill factor and that wind chill index. So it's recommended maybe 3 layers at least.
Professor Martino says that you lose most of your body heat through your extremities, so it's important to wear a hat, a scarf, gloves, and boots to keep yourself warm.
Professor Martino says to stay informed about the weather, that the National Weather Service located in Binghamton gives great information. You can go to www.weather.gov to learn more.
We may be experiencing spring weather now, but as we know here in central New York, we can be thrown back into winter at any time. OCC is reminding everyone to stay warm and stay safe this winter by wearing shoes with traction, taking safe steps on pavement, never carrying more than you can handle, and by making sure that you're dressing appropriately for the weather. After the break, we'll cover the women's basketball scores from last weekend.
And also ways that athletes can get help with their classes. You're watching ONTV Update.
Do you need help with jobs and interviews? Check out the Career Center in Coulter Hall across from the cafe in room 110. They have laptops to help with your job search that are always surrounded by helpful tips and info. On the front desk, they always have current job openings, positions, and internships available. They have a website called Purple Briefcase where you can get access to all of this 24/7. So come and get your future at the Career Center. Miss Coulter will be here to greet you.
My favorite thing about OCC is definitely the bonds that it allows you to build. I've made so many friends from the soccer team that are all excellent students as well, and I've made great friends in the nursing program. It really helps you continue on the journey because you have support wherever you go. I go to practice and I have copious amounts of support there. I wouldn't trade the memories that I've made here for anything.
When I think about OCC, I think about inclusion and just all the chances to learn about other people. One of my favorite places that I still actually hang out is definitely the Fishbowl in Mooney. The food's not bad either. What would make OCC a good choice? It was actually pretty, I believe the term is inexpensive.
Finals are coming up fast, and Coulter Library is ready. We have lots of new computers, several new study rooms, and extended hours for finals review sessions. If you're stressed about that final exam or frantically working to finish that term paper, look no further. Take advantage of our subject resources and prepare for the end of a successful semester here at Coulter Library.
I kind of fell in love with the dream and the idea of someday being on the radio.
It's your girl Breezy!
I found out about EMC, which was an absolute game changer. EMC prepared me for my career in radio and set me up to where I am now because I learned so many things that I still use today. I put myself in the best possible position for myself and my career going to OCC, the EMC department.
We sponsor 17 varsity sports at OCC, so it's 6 in the fall, 2 in the winter, and then 9 in the spring. We've had a lot of athletic success, both from a team perspective as well as the individual. We've won numerous team national championships, primarily in men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse, but also basketball and men's tennis. We can have students come here and gain more exposure than they normally would receive in high school. Hopefully there's an opportunity then to transfer on to a four-year school to continue their education and playing career.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm SEANNA MANAHAN.
Being an athlete at college level is not easy. There are a lot of things to balance in an athlete's day-to-day life, where there's a woman who is able to help with just that. Getting high grades and playing a sport have more things in common than you think.
I think that's what honestly keeps my grades up, is playing sports, because if I can't pass classes, I won't be able to play, and this is my passion pretty much.
Pedro Gonzalez is a freshman at OCC and is enjoying the college-level sport more than high school.
Throughout high school, it was pretty much like 4 or 5 good players on the team. Now it's full lineups, full of good teams, and better pitching, and overall just faster game.
Along with doing sports, student athletes have work from the daily classes too. Devin Knapp helps athletes with everyday obstacles they may face.
I help them with everything from getting access to tutoring, time management, working on balancing athletics and academics, and also just communicating with the coaches to let them know how their students are doing. I talk to their professors, so basically anything that's off the field, I help the student athletes with.
Knapp's position acts as a bridge between student professors and coaches to make sure a student succeeds on the field and in the classroom. If an athlete is struggling in academics, a great resource to help is the Learning Center.
Sometimes I can make appointments for them. Sometimes I show them how to make appointments. Also, sometimes I'll just walk them over there so they can schedule an appointment right there. I mean, I think all the teams really want to make sure that they're doing well in their sport and have like a good winning record, but then they also want to do well academically too. And the coaches also push that. They want the athletes to be successful on the field and in the classroom too.
To make an appointment at the Learning Center, you can go to Gordon and visit room G202. Over the past weekend, on Saturday, the OCC's women's basketball team won their game against Herkimer College 83-58. Lady Laser Holly Sleeth scored 19 points during the game. On Sunday, the Lasers played North Country Community College and lost 97-76, putting an end to the women's season this year. The lead scorer was Lauren Denny, who scored 21 points against the Lasers that night. I would say that the Lasers had a good season.
I would agree with that, SEANNA. They tried hard the whole season, and hopefully they can transfer the success onto next year. After the break, we'll take another look at this week's upcoming weather.
But first, there's a new healthy beverage option located in the Gordon building that's now available to OCC students. Stay with us to hear more. You're watching ONTV Update.
Explore the possibilities and reach your full potential with Phi Theta Kappa, the official honor society for 2-year colleges. To be invited, you need at least 12 completed OCC credit hours and a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. Once you're in, you'll have access to scholarship, service, fellowship, and leadership opportunities. Come to the PTK and Honors Program Suite in Coulter Hall to learn more. A whole world of opportunities is waiting for you. What are you waiting for?
The OCC campus is a great starting place to further your academics for a cheap price. OCC is always looking for ways to make the place look better, and they're always adding new stuff onto campus. The OCC campus has great parking accommodations if you have a car. The OCC campus is a lot larger than I imagined. It has a lot of buildings off campus as well as on campus. I very much enjoy my time here because I've met a bunch of people that I wouldn't think I'll ever meet.
Everybody like on the edge of their seats yelling. People want to see you do good. People actually coming out to watch me play. So it definitely give me an incentive to play hard, get some buckets. I guess it's one of the top JUCOs in the country. This is a good program to get your name out there. I like to go by like the sky is the limit. Like you can do anything you put your mind to. Like I didn't really know I was gonna break a record. I just kind of figured like if I was to put all in the work in, you could do anything that you put your mind to. If you're gonna work hard or something, just give it your all.
Because we're a 2-year school, you're going to play right away. As a freshman, you're going to get pretty good parts, and as a sophomore, you're going to have all the best stuff. We have a lot of non-majors involved, and they can play in ensembles, they can take lessons, they can take music classes. They really could do all the music major things. There are no barriers to that. We have great equipment, we have great facilities. It's a lot of fun to be here. There's a lot of energy, and we do a lot of performing, which makes everybody kind of energetic and working towards those goals together, and it makes it a lot of fun.
My classes aren't too bad. As a
business major, they're kind of difficult, so I can always come here and get some help, or if I have any questions about my student profile or anything about that, there's always help here. They took me through like the list of options of courses that I could choose, and I picked the best ones that I think were suited for me. Honestly, without OCC and the help of the Student Center, I just wouldn't really be where I am today.
I went to college with the idea that I was going to take Ryan Seacrest's job. Through my time at OCC, I was able to learn, you know what, my skill set more realistically lends to marketing and customer relations. And that really gave me a direction of where it is that I should go professionally. The benefit of having a smaller class size is that I get one-on-one attention from my professor. And that's one of the things that I loved about having those smaller classes. I'm very glad that I learned my professionalism in the area where I am practicing professionally.
Welcome back. I'm Diego Figueroa.
And I'm Michaela Cash. Most students are familiar with the Starbucks near the Gordon Center, but students can be excited to hear there's a new, healthy beverage option available on campus. I went to the Gordon building to find out more. The Gordon building offers many lunch and beverage options for students on campus. Most of us are familiar with the cafeteria and Starbucks located there. But what some students may not know of is the new SodaStream machine that was recently installed.
Just press a few buttons, you change how you want it, and just press pour.
Students and staff can use the machine free this semester. SodaStream representatives set up tables in Gordon for students to decorate their own water bottles and collect a special QR code sticker that activates the machine. If you're interested in using the SodaStream, all you have to do is get a cup and a QR code, which you can attach to your reusable water bottle. Students and staff can use the machine free this semester. It gives you the option of cool, cold, or ice-cold water. You can add flavors like strawberry, lime, or peach, and you can even choose the type of water you want, flat or sparkling.
I like that it's convenient right next to the student cafe and Starbucks, because if it's too busy in there or Starbucks has a crazy line, you come over here and get a drink for free.
In order to use the new machine, students need to download the SodaStream app, where they can keep track of their recent drinks, favorite flavor combinations, and the average amount of water they drink daily. The SodaStream machine is quickly becoming as busy and popular among students as the Starbucks and cafeteria. The new SodaStream machine is up and running and free to all students and staff for the spring semester.
In other news, the Village of Skinny Atlas recently topped Oprah's magazine's list of 60 best unheard of towns in America. In its glowing review, the magazine said, with beautiful and serene surroundings, you can spend the days of summer relaxing in a kayak or hiking the trails. Plus, there are premium shopping outlets not far from town. The city of Corning also made the list, coming in at number 26. Christopher Parks is back now with the weekend weather forecast. Christopher, how's it look?
It's going to be rainy, a rainy weekend, so make sure to keep an umbrella with you. Today is going to be a high of 39 with rain and snow, but the temperature will rise over the weekend to the mid-40s, and we will see snow turn into rain. Don't forget to set your clocks forward for daylight savings.
That's the wrap today. Once again, I'm Diego Figueroa.
And I'm Michaela Cash. Tune in at 2 for another edition.
From all of us here at ONTV Update, have a great day and have a great weekend.